Well, good afternoon and welcome to the 2019 edition of the Atlanta Quilt Festival.
Thank you.
I am thrilled to be here with quilter extraordinaire Elisa Woods.
Thank you.
Please tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your quilting journey.
I'm 20 plus years quilting, and it started with my grandma's quilt. She made it out of old coats. It was a utility quilt.
Right.
Made out of old coats, old bed linen. And it had been given to my mom. It was heavy as all get out.
I bet it was heavy.
We had that the whole time we were in Chicago. And my mom watched it so much that it became a small piece. And I just figured I would like to recreate that. And that's what got me interested in it.
Wonderful. Yeah. Great. So since then, tell us a little bit about your quilting activities and what forms of quilting you enjoy.
Oh, I'm a crafter, or the new term is sewist, and all those other terms that they have out there. I appreciate all genres. I like modern quilt lately. I really do like those. I also like pictorial. And just like in the show down there, I really like the ones that have statements. So she has a statement down, a statement quilt. I was like, I really was drawn to that, and I'm noticing I'm being drawn to a lot more statement quilts.
So you think as quilters and sewists that over time, what we like and what we want to do can evolve?
Definitely. I have never been an applique person, but I definitely appreciate it, just like this pretty piece back here. And we appreciate a lot of them. I'm mostly a piecer.
Yes.
But yes, it evolves because I probably would never have done a statement piece, but now I'm getting more interested in doing a statement piece. So yeah.
Well, that is great. So tell me a little bit, tell our audience a little bit about the brown sugar stitchers and that journey and your leadership.
Wow. I think it's one of these things where I had moved from Denver, Colorado, and I was going to quilt shows because quilting was really big in Colorado.
Yes.
And I met two ladies in the parking lot. I just boldly went up to them and introduced myself. And that was Nancy and Jocelyn. And they were saying that they were on a quest to try to figure out how to do a show. And because I had been in Denver, I had been involved in a couple shows with the quilters, the Georgia Quilt Council, and Rocky Mountain Washtenaw. Those two quilt guilds. And so I was like, well.
And so you actually knew what to do. We wanted to have a quilt show, but you actually knew what it took.
And so I said, I would love to be a part of that. And they were like, well, fine. And I said, I also just met these other ladies who are also quilters that I think they would love to be a part of it too. And I said, and one happens to be on the inside of the quilt show. And that's when I introduced them to Maxine.
Okay, so the ladies who really got brown sugar stitchers off the ground, Nancy Franklin, and
she had the vision. But it was really the librarian. Remember the librarian sent them on that quest.
And then the late Jocelyn
Doris.
Carter.
Yes.
Also.
So it was Nancy Franklin and Jocelyn Carter are the visionaries.
And Doris Wells
was the librarian. Who sent them on the quest. So that was how it all. And then I met them and then introduced them to some other quilters.
Yes.
And at that time there was no brown sugar stitchers.
Right. That is true.
They had just got together to try to do the quilt show. And in that case, she ended up meeting Maxine, and then Maxine in turn introduced her to you, Roz, and Laura, and OV.
Yes.
And then it just rolled from that because you all were definitely quilters. You all had done the Amistad quilt, and you had donated that. Remember?
Yeah, all of that was happening. I would say some of us were amateurs
at the
that
time.
point. Yes,
okay, now you become well. That's true. Okay, but so that evolved to introducing other people. But that was the founding group.
Sure.
And don't forget Michelle, and don't forget Melba. Those people were already there at the library.
And Mila,
and so, but they were at the library. So that's how that was 2000 is when we established Brown Sugar Stitchers. And I want to say the name came about, wasn't your contribution having to do with it?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Because I thought you had three. Okay. So.
But the library branch, the Wesley Chapel Library branch, is named for William C. Brown, who was, I think, the first African American commissioner in DeKalb County, and that's the area over which he was selected. Right. So the library commemorates him, and then you also get the play on words of brown sugar
stitches. So so now we're almost 20 years. 2020 will make brown sugar stitchers 20 years. And so we've come a long way for sure. And then this 2018 to 2020 was my, as president, as one of the officers. So that is how brown sugar, I have been actively involved along the way for sure. So glad to be a part of it. So glad to see it make it to 20. And during the 10th year anniversary, we did a nice little commemorative thing, and so we're going to do another commemorative thing for 2020.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it turned out nice. I mean, before. So yeah, that last one, the 10 year, I was the chairperson for that 2020, and we ended up commemorating community leaders.
Sure.
And so we had the lady from Carrie Steele Pitts, which is our which is our charity, signature charity. And that was something that you brought into the Guild, and that's Dr. Levizo. She was part of that. And then we had John Lewis. We had,
Congressman Lewis.
Representative, and then we had Monica Pearson. And then we had your minister.
Pastor Cynthia Hale.
Cynthia Hale. And then the last one was the writer. Pearl Cleage.
Yes, absolutely. It was really a wonderful kind of cross section of community leaders and people, and they all got a quilt in commemoration from Brown Sugar.
And they were just pleased. They had never been invited to have quilts. So all of them showed up, and everybody was a delight. So we're hoping that 2020 ends up being the same thing.
Sure. Well, I am sure it will. I'm sure.
I hope we're gonna have a good time.
Good.
So that's how we've come to, and I don't think we could have had brown sugar be as good as it is without the support of the members. You know, so the membership had definitely been there. People have been even ebbing and flowing, but it still is one of these things that makes the Guild what it is.
Certainly. Well, thank you for coming to chat with us. We appreciate it. Well, we are signing off from the 2019 Atlanta Quilt Festival. Thank you.